and all dear participants. I am Nikita Khandelwal, the program coordinator for the 7 days FDP on Learn Statistics with Jamovi and open source software. This FDP is organized by Research Foundation of India with a collaborative effect of BPIT, Bhagwan Parshuram Institute of Technology and Shodh, and with the generous sponsorship of JHERF, Eklavya University, Academic Research Guide Association, eduacademicinc.in. So, as we all know, that today it is marked the day one of our FDP, which is organized by Research Foundation of India. Research Foundation of India is strictly working for the social upliftment and higher education quality and Indian research promotion in the form of events like international national conferences, seminars, workshops, symposium, and other activities. Research Foundation of India works for the integration of intellectual ideas across the globe to fulfill the thrust of innovation of humanity. RFI is also concerned with improving the educational process by encouraging scholarly inquiry related to education and practical application of research result. RFI is working for research and development for higher education. It has signed MOU with top universities of India. Research Foundation of India's members are faculty, researchers, graduate students, and other distinguished professionals with rich and diverse expertise in education research. RFI does not take any financial sponsors from any government body. Research Foundation of India has organized 1,000 plus international conferences and workshops, FDPs, symposia, etc., all over the world. Now, RFI is having 87 chapters in India and 18 chapters in Asian and other countries, and categorized in five both West, East, South, North, and Central Zone. So, with this, let's come up with our today's session. And the host of our and the guest of our today's session will be Dr. Chanchla Jan ma'am. And for this, I would like to welcome Chanchla Jan ma'am. But before we head towards the session, I would like to share the achievement journey of Dr. Chanchla Jan ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Dr. Chanchla Jan ma'am is an author, research expert, and academician with an experience of more than 11 years in management and commerce as an assistant professor. Ma'am is a co-founder of Urja Counseling and Training Indore. Presently, Ma'am is working as an assistant professor in Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Indore. Ma'am is also the coordinator of IQSE at PIMR and a research expert and trainer. Ma'am has conducted many workshops and FDPs on SPSS module, research paper writing and analysis through our programming. Recently, Ma'am has completed one research project related to medical field which has been presented before the Central Ministry. Ma'am is also having a rich experience of more than 12 years in research, and with this, she has more than 42 research papers published in various scopus, national and international journals. She has also presented research paper in more than 20 conferences and won 5 Best Papers Award at JIMS, Delhi Pacific University, Udaipur, and 3 in Prestige, Indore. 4 research scholars were also pursuing their PhD degree under the ABLE guidance. She has also guided more than 500 plus students in their major and minor research projects. Ma'am is an author. She's also written a book on crucial problem of our society along with a co-author titled as Atmatya Kyo. So with this, without any further delay, I'm honored to invite the exceptional and highly esteemed Dr. Chanchla Jan ma'am. She is renowned for her precision and expertise in her area. So, ma'am, please welcome, hold the footpath. Now the platform is yours.
Hello, Nikita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I was on call. Yeah.
No issues, ma'am. Please continue.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, a very good evening, everyone. Already Nikita ma'am has introduced me, so thank you so much, Nikita ma'am, for the introduction. Always,
Always
ma'am.
welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, always, ma'am. I don't know miss, what is in the Nikita, ma'am. Always she present me whatever I'm not, whatever I am not. So thank you so much, Nikita, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's a perfect bond between you and me, which I'm sharing here. Like you are really an expertise in your area, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this affection you are always showing me. Thank you. So, firstly, I want to express my sincere gratitude towards RFI team, especially to the Ajay Jain sir and the Saurabh Jain sir for always believing in me and providing me opportunity. Whatever I am asking to the team, they always believe in me and always support me and organize such kind of programs. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you, RFI team. With this, I'll start today's session. As ma'am has already told you, today we are here to study or to know about this Jamovi, which is a new software. Means it is not very new. If you are not using it, so it may be new for you people, right? But if I talk about Jamovi, Jamovi is what I can say. If you have seen the interface of Jamovi, it is very similar to the interface of Excel, right? So I don't know how many of you have downloaded it, because I think we already have shared this link with all of you through the WhatsApp group. So we are expecting you that you people have downloaded it. If downloaded the software, it is very good, and that way you can do a hands-on along with me. Today is a very basic session of the Jamovi. Today I'm going to talk about the interface of Jamovi. We will see how to create variable in Jamovi. Also, we will do the importing of the data in Jamovi interface, right? So, not wasting much of the time in the nitty-gritty of the things, I'll directly take you to the Jamovi software and we'll see how we can perform or how we can work with Jamovi. So, before proceeding and talking about the Jamovi and see how it works for the data analysis, I want to know those who are present in the meeting, can any one of you, miss me, I want a confirmation from all of you. Please confirm me that whether you have downloaded the software or not.
Hello, ma'am. Bhavna here. I just have started downloading.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Bhavna ma'am. What about the remaining? Okay. Mansud,
Not yet, ma'am.
is they downloaded? Hello,
I'm
not
Dr.
get.
Vidya here. Not yet downloaded, ma'am. I'm downloading.
Okay. What about the remaining?
Ma'am, even I am also downloading it right now.
Okay, fine. What about the rest of the friends, those who are there in a meeting? Please confirm me, because it's a very new software. If you have not downloaded, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Pragya ma'am, for downloading beforehand. What about the rest of the people? I think there are almost 20-25 people are there in the meeting. Shril Schulz Abraham is saying downloaded, ma'am. Thank you so much, Abraham sir, for downloading the software. Okay, Monica ma'am is downloading. Okay. So, meanwhile, you people are downloading, let's talk about the analysis part. I'll give you 2-3 minutes. I don't think so. It will take much time, right? So, within a 5 minutes, I'll just talk about the analysis and then I'll take you to the Jamovi. Okay. Thank you so much, Purnima ma'am. So then I'll take you to the Jamovi afterwards, right? So first I'll talk about the data analysis. Before proceeding and seeing that how Jamovi works for us, can anyone of you tell me what do you understand by data analysis? Yes. Anyone?
Data analysis in when we are representing the collected information in such a way that we could conclude it in a useful manner, or we can take any decision on the basis of that.
Okay. Okay. I think it's Bhavna ma'am, right? Bhavna ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, because from name I identified you. It's HOD business is showing. Okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, Bhavna ma'am. According to Bhavna ma'am has told us about the data analysis, what she understands with the term. What about the remaining people? Yes, Pragya ma'am, Vivek sir, Vidya ma'am, Anyone who can tell me?
Ma'am, according to me, data analysis could be like taking out the trends, taking out the things out of the data. Sometimes we just look at the numbers, but what we can find out from that is the variations, the patterns that we can recognize from that.
Fine, fine. Thank you so much, Vivek sir. Pragya ma'am, can you tell us?
Ma'am, in data analysis, we take insight into what we have collected.
Yes.
We can say that we conclude something, we try to conclude something, or we try to form our data in useful manner.
Yes. Very good. Fine. Thank you, Pragya ma'am. I think Monica ma'am has put her views on the data analysis on the chat. She is saying able to present the data in understandable manner is known as data analyst. Fine. Purnima ma'am, will you say something?
Finding insight of data.
Finding insights. Very correct. Very correct. Yes, I think you people are having, yeah. I think you people are having the idea when I say the term data analysis. Many of you have strived the term very clearly and very, what I can say, specifically when we talk about data analysis, that is we are having the data which we have collected from the various sources. It can be a primary source, it can be a secondary source, right? After collecting the data, what we need to do, we need to analyze the data to understand the insights of the data, right? Because once you will look at the data, as Vivek sir also said, once you are looking at the data, when whatever data you have collected, you will not get any insight from the data, right? But when you talk about what you are understanding or interpreting from the data, in that case, you need to perform certain types of analysis on that particular data. Analysis can be generally a statistical analysis, right? Apart from that, you also perform time series analysis if you are having a time series data. So that way, to understand what data is telling us, what data is saying to us, we need to perform certain kind of analysis on the data which we have collected. And that way we can understand that particular analysis can, how that, okay, just a minute. So that way, this particular analysis can tell us that how you can now make better decisions after analyzing your data, right? So this is about the data analysis term. I think Purva ma'am is asking me to share the link. Give me a second. I need to again. Okay, so I'm sharing the link in chat, Purva ma'am. Using this link, you can download the Jamovi, right? Fine. So I think many of you have put the message in the chat that you are either downloaded it or you are in a process of downloading. I think now this will be in a process, or I think it will be very near to downloading the software. So now I'm sharing my screen and I'll start with the Jamovi, and I'll let you know what Jamovi is all about and how we can use Jamovi for the data analysis, right? So give me a second. I'm sharing my screen and I need your confirmation whether my screen is visible or not. Yeah, I think I shared my slide. It's visible, I hope.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So, Jamovi, why I have started, why I have, why this idea of FDP conduction came in my mind for Jamovi, because when I was, previously when I was taking FDPs on the SPSS, many of the participants are generally asking, or they are having the inquiry like, how we can avail SPSS, because SPSS is a software which is available, but it is only available for the 1 month period, right? It's a trial version which we can use for the analysis. But it happens once you are downloading the SPSS, it is not necessary that in that particular 1 month you can fully utilize the SPSS, because on particular interval of time we are writing the research papers and we need to have the software which can help us for the analysis, right? So that way, that is a very big drawback of the SPSS, that it is not freely available for the users, right? So that is why once I was talking about my friends, so I came across this particular software, which is Jamovi. This software is an open source software. That means it is freely available for us. So as I have shared the link with all of you through the WhatsApp group, you people have seen this thing. You do not need to, or you have not got any message, right? This particular software is available for 1 month trial period or 2 months trial period, something like that, right? So this is the good thing about the Jamovi. That is the what I can say. This is a kind of benefit over the SPSS when I talk about Jamovi. So it's free and open source statistical software, right? Apart from that, I also take FDPs on the R. R is a programming language, right? So usually the people, those who are not having the mathematics background, or maybe they are not much good in the computer, or they are not knowing any computer language, generally they are having a fear kind of thing that they cannot use or they cannot work with R or Python, etc. But when we talk about Jamovi, Jamovi is again a kind of software which for working with that particular software, we do not need to have any programming background, right? Because it is again like a very similar to the Excel or SPSS. You can only go to the menu, you can explore the things, and that way you can perform the things for the analysis. So this is Jamovi, right? So it is very user friendly, it is intuitive interface, and that way it makes your research journey very easier, right? So this way generally means if you want to write your research paper and you want to analyze your data, you can switch from the softwares like Excel, SPSS, and then you can come to the Jamovi. But if you are having Excel, if you are having SPSS, you are good in that, it is not necessary to move to the Jamovi. But still, as it is a free open source software, so generally it is like you need to know about the things, that what type of software is available and how you can use them, right? So this, the basic purpose of the FDP is to make you aware, or to make you hands-on, give you a hands-on practice, so that you can understand that how Jamovi works. Now talking about the features of Jamovi. So there are so many features available in Jamovi. Few of them I have listed here. First one is user-friendly interface. If you have downloaded it, if you have explored it, if you have went on the platform of Jamovi, you have seen the interface is not very tough or complex. You can easily explore the things, and that way you can work with the Jamovi. Second thing is, there is a syntax editor available in Jamovi, and through that you can integrate with the R, and you can use the packages available in R, you can use the datasets available in R, and that way you can work with those kind of datasets and packages available in R under the interface of Jamovi. Then talking about the statistical part, so as Jamovi is for the data analysis, so that way it is having the wide range of statistical analysis or statistical techniques or the tools available. Using that, you can analyze your data. So if I want to name them, so I think many of you are already aware about these statistical tools, like if you can perform descriptive statistics, T, ANOVA, regression, correlation, factor, SEM, etc., cluster, etc. Everything you can perform. So there are various kind of what I can say packages, and also the various kind of tools available. You can import them, and that way you can work with those type of tools, right? Next is the real-time data visualization. So using the Jamovi, you can create various kinds of graphs, like you can create histogram, box plots, etc., which are very important from the point of view of the analysis. Then built-in data handling. Apart from analysis help from the Jamovi, there is one more thing available. That is, there are inbuilt data handling techniques are available. If you want to deal with the missing values, if you want to clean your data, etc., that all type of things you can perform in the Jamovi. Apart from that, it is having the modular structure. Modular structure meaning is what? So if you have downloaded it, you can see at the extreme right there is a plus sign, right? So presently, if you have opened your Jamovi interface, it is showing you very less number of statistical tools, right? But using that plus button or using that plus icon, you can add so many different types of statistical tools in your interface of Jamovi. Next is the reproducibility. The meaning is very simple. Whatever things you are performing in Jamovi, whatever analysis kind of things you are performing in Jamovi, you can export that particular thing from the Jamovi, and you can save that thing in your document file or images file, etc. And that way, what you can do, you can use them, use those particular thing, and you can do the interpretation and etc. part using those particular outputs. After that, it is the most important feature is it is supporting the cross platform. That meaning is that whether it is a Windows or Linux or Ubuntu, etc., or Mac, etc., for every type of operating system, this software is available, and that way you can download. Talking about the next important thing about the Jamovi, which is types of data. Which type of data you can deal in the Jamovi. So if you are a user of the SPSS, so you know this thing, there is numeric and teacher. There are range of various data types available in SPSS. Similarly, if you talk about the Excel, in Excel also we are having like, you can deal with the character data, you can deal with character means string data, that way you can deal with the float, that is decimal data, you can deal with the whole number, etc. So in Jamovi also there are Jamovi supports three type of data, which is integer, decimal, and the text. Next thing is the measure, what type of measurement skills are available in Jamovi. So usually there are 4 types of measurement skills. So may I know from any one of you, can you name the measurement skills? Although you can see few you can see here on this particular
It's
screen.
nominal, ordinal, ratio, and interval.
Very good. Very correct. Thank you so much, ma'am. So as ma'am said, there are 4 measurement skills available: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio skills, right? So when we talk about SPSS, if you have worked with SPSS, you know there are only 3: nominal, ordinal, and scale. Similarly, in Jamovi also there are only 3 main, that is nominal, ordinal, and the continuous. Apart from that, there is one more, that is ID. ID is nothing but, say for example, if I have entered the roll number of the students, or I have entered the serial number, so that way I can specify this is nothing but it is the ID which is specifying, or it is a unique number which I have given to each of the respondents, right? So that way there are 4 types of measurement skills available in the Jamovi. So this is a very basic information about the Jamovi. Now I'm taking you to the Jamovi to show you the interface. So before talking about this, may I know how many of you have downloaded the Jamovi? Now?
Downloaded, ma'am.
Downloaded, ma'am.
Fine. It is opening.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So now you can see, I think if you have downloaded it, I am requesting everyone to please open the interface Jamovi. You can go in this particular start button, click on here, and then you can search the Jamovi, right? And once you are typing the Jamovi, you will be able to see this particular Jamovi 2.3.28 is available in my desktop, in my laptop. Similarly, you have downloaded, you can also see the same. You can click on this, and that way this particular window will open for you, right? So shall I proceed now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now you can see, I think if you are working first time with the, if you are working very first time for with the Jamovi, you would be able to see exploration, t-test, ANOVA, regression, and frequencies, I think. Is it right?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
In my
ma'am.
in my case, I have added few more. So I'll tell you how you can add that. Firstly, we will talk about the interface of Jamovi, and then we will see how to add extra tools of statistics in your this particular river, right? Firstly, you can find here, these are the 3 lines which you can see. We all are familiar with these 3 lines, which we have seen usually in the Word and Excel also. Once you are clicking on this, right, it is showing you few things, that is new, open, special import, save, save as, and export, right? I think new is not very new for us. We all have already worked with Excel and Word also, right? So once you will click on the new, it will be open a new untitled window, one more untitled window for you, right? Open meaning is this will help you to import the data, right? Special import is also one more feature available in Jamovi. If you're dealing with the complex type of data sets, in that case, rather than opening them directly, you can click here in the special import, and that way you can import such kind of data sets in Jamovi. Talking about save and save as, I think we all are familiar with save and save as. I do not need to comment on these. Lastly is the export. Export is nothing but if you want to export something from the Jamovi to any other, what I can say, document, or maybe it can be a Word file, any other source, whatever the source file you want to take it, like Excel, or maybe it can be a Word file or image form, whatever. That way you can export the data from Jamovi also, right? So this is the very first thing about the Jamovi. Talking about the next, the first tab or the menu, which is the variables, right? So as you can see, by default, I think it is showing you 3 A, B, and C. What about you? You are also able to see A, B, C, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, once I will click on this variable tab, you would be able to see it is showing me all the listed variables. All the variables listed here are these, and whatever is the name we have given, you can see the name also. If you have given any description for your variables, the description will be shown next to the name of the variable, right? In this particular section, you can find we will be having the edit. I think edit is not again a very, I think we all are familiar with the edit also, right? Once you will click on this, you would be able to see it is taking you to the first variable, which is A, and this is showing you whatever changes you want to make here. That way you can make, right? Using this up arrow key, I am hiding this, right? Next is the compute. If you want to compute a new variable, you want to enter a new column, that is new variable, right? That you can select. Then transform means whatever is already existing in your file. Using that, if you want to transform it, you want to record it or something like that, that you can do. Clicking on this, if you want to add a new variable, you can insert or you can append it. If you want to compute a new variable, that also you can do. If you want to transform a new variable, that also you can. And lastly, this is the delete button. Means if you want to delete something, some variable or column, that you can delete. Then last one is the filter. If you want to filter any rows, that way you can do this. So I think we will do all these things once we will understand the interface, right? Next one is the data. Data will lend you on the data format, means where you can see whatever data you have stored in your sheet. So that way it is showing you the data view of your file. So as you can see, it is again very similar like Excel and SPSS, right? So here you can enter your values, right? Whatever values you want to enter. And this is the data view. Similarly, again, you can find there are various things available. These are very similar, which we have seen in the variables. Next one is the analysis. Analysis will show you all the statistical tools which are presently added to your Jamovi interface, right? And last one is the edit. Edit will help you to perform various kind of formatting, etc. on your selected column or the row, whatever kind of formatting you want to perform, that you can do, right? This is, I think, well known to everyone. This is undo and redo that you can also perform. So I think till here it is not very tough to see, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now I'll come to this and we'll talk about, I'll come to the variable, right? And suppose I want to edit, right? Suppose here I am writing the name gender. So I'm expecting everyone to perform along with me. So when I came here in the variable tab, I clicked on the edit. Presently, the first A variable was selected. So I have replaced the name of A with the gender. I hope everyone has done this.
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose I am adding description as gender of participant, right? By default, the variable which we have defined, its type is selected as nominal, right? If you want to make changes, that you can do. But we know this thing that gender is nothing, but it is a nominal variable, right? So that is why I have deliberately going with the by default option. Then coming to the data type, measurement type, I think it is clear to everyone, which is the measurement scale, right? Now the data type means what type of data values you are going to enter in this particular column. So by default, it is taking it as integer, right? I'm making it as text. I want to enter gender as male, female. So I am not selecting integer, I am selecting the text. It is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm hiding this. Now I'm coming to the data view. You can see name has replaced, A is replaced by the gender. Now I'm typing few values here. So expecting everyone to enter few figures, whatever you want, male, female, how many times you want to repeat that you can, right? Done.
Yes, ma'am.
So shall I proceed?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Coming to the next, right? Now again, I want to edit. I want to enter a variable here. So I'm going to the variable and clicking on the edit, right? So here I am replacing this by age. I have written age of participant. Now I need to define whether the measurement type of the age will be nominal or ordinal or continuous. So suppose I'm setting it as continuous, right? And it is quite obvious that if it is continuous, so the data type will always be either integer or decimal and not the text, right? But I think when we are asking the age from the people, generally people are saying like, I'm 30-year-old, I am 22-year-old or something like that, right? So that way we are entering here the integer data, right? The whole number. So that is why I'm selecting its type as integer. It is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now I am hiding this. Again, you can go to the data view and you can check. This is replaced, and apart from the name, you can also find before the name icon of the measurement scale is also coming, right? Now please enter few figures, whatever you want to enter. Deliberately I have okay, I'm replacing this also. I have deliberately two of the cells I have not filled. Up to you, right? I want to show you few things, so that is why I have deliberately left two of the cells blank in the age column. Fine.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Shall I
ma'am.
proceed?
Ma'am,
Yes,
actually, I have a query here.
Yeah.
You're showing how we have to fill the data, but we can always transfer the data from Excel directly, right?
Yeah, that also you can do, that we will see, ma'am. But I
Yeah.
want to tell you few of the things, transformation and etc. So that is why I'm telling you how you can do that.
Yeah.
Using that data also you can do. But
Yeah.
we need to know both the ways.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'm again going to the variable, and suppose if it is not selected this or whatever it is, you select the C, right? And then click on the edit. I want to enter designation now. So designation will always be a nominal scale variable, right? I want to take it as a text. Then
Yes, ma'am.
coming to the data view, enter few of the designations, whatever you want. So suppose I'm entering So enter a few of the values, whatever you want, right? According to your understanding. Okay, added. Done?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So this way we have created a small data set here with the three variables: gender, age, and the designation, right? Now, if suppose I want to compute something, right? So I'll click on this compute. Once you are clicking on compute, a new column added, and it is asking you the name. So suppose I am writing here new age. I want to perform some calculations here because I want to compute a new variable, right? Coming in this, and I'm writing age, suppose multiplied by 2. This is what I want to do. Done? Done?
Sorry, ma'am. We reached to this window by clicking on compute.
Yeah. I clicked on the compute, a new column was added, and then here
Okay.
in this particular what I can say section, you can find that that particular column name was visible to me, so I have replaced that name by new age. Have you got it or not?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. So I want to perform, I want to multiply the age by 2 here. I want to create a new age column, right? So I did this. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Pressing enter, it is showing me age. Oh, okay, fine. Just a minute. I think it's case. Yeah. Yeah, the Jamovi is case sensitive. I need to write the name the way I have given or the way I have defined. So the source name will be as it is. So that way I need to write age like this. Age should be in caps, right? Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
This way you can compute a new variable. Now, next we will see, suppose I want to transform. Transform, generally it is very clear, very obvious. Transforming is performed on the existing data or existing column. And one more thing I want to tell you, there is a difference in the new or computed column and in the existing or the by default the columns. That way you can see gender, age, and designation. You can find these are the simply variable, these are the simple column defined, right? But in the new age, you can find a small dot is coming, right? That is indication that this particular column you have computed, right? That means some calculations you have performed here. This is the meaning, right? I hope it is fine.
Ma'am, can you please repeat this step? I think I have missed something.
Yeah, ma'am, I think can you go a bit slow because it's a bit too much.
Yeah, I think you need to tell me, ma'am. I think you people need to tell me that I need to go slow. No
Yeah,
issues.
nobody's speaking up, I think, so I thought I should.
Okay, no issues. What I did, I double click on the new age, right? Or do I need to go back and again I need to perform the things?
I couldn't edit anything,
Wait,
ma'am.
wait,
Down.
wait.
It's not taking any variable here. And I'm trying to edit it.
Is it possible for you to share the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a minute. I'm stop sharing my screen.
Mhm.
I did. You please share, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Can you see my screen?
It's loading. Yeah, it's loaded.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So here I cannot enter anything. When you said edit, it's here, right?
Hmm. No, I went on the variables, ma'am.
Variables.
Then edit I selected. The first option.
First option. Okay.
No, edit, yes. Click on that, right? Type the name here. I think I entered here gender. First column was
Gender.
gender. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Integer.
I made it text. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then click. Then hide this using this up arrow. Up arrow.
This one?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay,
Right.
now I understood. Yes.
Similarly, select the second B. Right now, go to the edit.
Okay,
I made
understood.
it age.
Yes, yes, understood. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I want to ask from that computed variable that we were doing.
Not getting. You want me to share, or are you sharing? What are you saying, Bhavna ma'am?
I can also share where I was stuck.
You please share, because that is the better learning. Because if I can tell you through that your PCs or your interface, that will be easier for you to understand. So you please share.
Yeah, sure.
I think I cannot see the screen, Bhavna ma'am.
Okay, I'm just trying, ma'am.
Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, maximize it. Right. Now please do and ask.
I just got stuck there only. How we perform this, where you type new age, and after that we multiplied it with 2, but
Mhm.
but it is not showing me that
Mm.
when I applied this
A
formula.
is in a small cap or in uppercase. I don't know. I think you please read that pink line, whatever the that I cannot read. That
Column age does not exist in this data set.
column age, no.
Age does not
Yeah.
exist.
So you need to see, ma'am, the way you have written age. A is in a uppercase row.
Okay.
So write A in caps, and then now enter. Now hit enter.
Oh, got it. Thank you, ma'am.
It's case sensitive.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Fine. So shall I proceed?
Yes,
May I
ma'am.
share?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Vidya ma'am, now I think you are also here till these 3 columns. May I
Yeah.
proceed further?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I said after that I have clicked on the transform, right? Then no, I think we did. Sorry, I need to tell you. Sorry. I need to tell you firstly the compute, right? That you have not done. So you need to click on the compute variable, ma'am. Click on this. Done. Done, ma'am. Vidya ma'am. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, done.
My screen is visible, I hope, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I have written here the new age coming in this function box. Here I am typing age. I want to multiply age by 2. So what I did, I have written age multiplied by 2. I hope it is fine. The space is okay. May I press enter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. That way you can see the age has multiplied by 2 in the new age column. Till here it is fine. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will see the transformation. So as I was telling you, firstly I was telling you the difference in the computed column and in the created column. So these were the created column, right? But I computed a new column, right? Computed a new column using an existing column. So that way I told you that you are able to see a black dot on the name of the computed column. That means it is an indication this column was not existed previously. You have computed using any existing column. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now I'm clicking on the transform. Once I clicked on the transform, you will be able to see a transform box is coming. Usually my column was, my selection was on the new A, so it has created a new column, transform column with the same name, right? New age 2. Is it clear? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
So here I am giving the name, gender. I want to write it gender coded, right? So meaning is what? When I am transforming something, transforming meaning is again very simple. There is something existing and using that you are transforming it, right? So that means if you have worked with SPSS, so in SPSS there are two things: recode into the same variable and recode into the new variable. So meaning is what? Record into the same variable meaning is you are performing a new coding, so that with the old coding will be replaced by the new coding. And record into the new variable meaning is, or record into the different variable meaning is very simple. That means your existing column that will remain same. Using that you want to record a new column, right? That is record into the different variable. Here, when I talk about the Jamovi is only offering you the record into the different variable, right? So using the existing column, you can create a new column. You can code a new column, right? So I am want to do a new coding for my data. So I am using the gender as a base column, and I am giving a name that the gender coded. Up to you, whatever name you want to give. I have given gender coded. Till here, it is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm writing here coding categories of gender variable. Up to you, whatever explanation you want to write, that you can write. So I have written coding the categories of gender variable as 1 and 2. More specific, right? Coming next, it is asking you source variable. So I want to code gender. So I have written here gender. Done. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, clicking on this using transform, I'm selecting create new transform. So I hope you people have located this. May I click on this create new transform?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Once I'm clicking this, you would be able to see a new section added for the transformation, right? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to name the transform. I think previously it is showing me transform 1. So I have written here gender coded, right? If any suffix you want to give, suppose I have written here GC, up to you. Not necessary. These are the optional things, not necessary to perform. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Coming to the fx, that is the function area. Here you can see it is written here source, right? So before this source, I am typing if source is equal to double equal you need to put, and in the double quote I am writing male. Code it as 1 or else 2. Very similar to the Excel. I think Excel you all know, you have worked with, you have applied the functions in Excel. So if function what you are performing in Excel, same I perform. The meaning is I'm saying if source is equals to male, so replace that by 1 or else 2. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
May I hit enter?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, it is fine. May I hit? Vidya
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
sir,
Yes,
fine?
yes.
Yeah. That way you can see your data is coded. Coding done, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So just a minute. So now I have coded this. The next thing is, if you want to deal the missing values, right? That also you can do, right? How you can do that? So suppose I'm coming, just a minute. I need to check this. No, here I cannot do this. This is a created column. Yeah. So what I'm doing, I am again clicking on the transform. I clicked on the transform, right? Here I am writing the age with missing value. Done. And in description I am writing imputing missing values with mean. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now coming here, I want to make base up to you, whatever base you want to make, whether age or the new age, because in the new age we have multiplied the age column by 2. So up to you which you want to make a base. So you tell me what I need to make a base. Source variable should be age or new age. Yes. It will not impact anything. It will only take that source data as the mean value. So it will not impact. You need to only tell me whether I need to make a base as age or new age.
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 I'm selecting age. Done. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now using transform, I'm selecting the create new transform. Done. Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm writing age with missing value, right? Coming in the formula box, here I'm writing if in brackets source is equals to NA, then V mean of dollar source else dollar source. This is what you need to do. Now I'll explain you what I have written. Meaning is if source is what? Age column will be your source. If in age column any of the row is any means a missing value, right? Place it with the mean. V mean is what? The mean of the entire column, right? Entire column of the source, which is age, right? Or if means if source is not equal to any, means if there is any filled value available, so keep that value as it is. It is fine. It is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
May I enter?
Yes, please.
Yes. Done? Done? I need to see what happened. It is not taking imputation. There should be something. I need to check. It is done, I hope. There is no problem with the formula, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. It should see here the
It is showing the same value as it in
yeah,
age.
but I think these two things should be replaced. I don't know why it is not replaced because I'm just checking. I'm just double clicking on this, and that way I was sure it should come the main imputation. I don't know why it is not coming imputation here. I need to check that. I was searching for the imputation here. Here it should be anyone who is able to see imputation or something.
No,
Here
ma'am.
using transform, you please drop down. Able to see imputation? Not able to see?
No, ma'am.
Fine, just a minute. I need to check this.
बीच बीच में ना गाँव आ जाता है फिर वो दूसरी जगह आ जाती
Sorry?
है जब गाँव आ जाए जब कस्बा आ जाए फिर वहाँ फिर लो
We have specified here NA. NA is what? NA is a missing value, right? But it should take here the imputation. I'm just searching for that. Give me a second. If not, I need to see from where I can find. Just a minute. Okay, I'll find it and I'll tell you. We are not wasting the time. I'll go to the next thing, which is filter. So shall I proceed with the filter? That I'll
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
you how to impute, right? But that I'll see where I'm getting a problem. Now, next thing is you need to filter. If you want to filter your data, right? Suppose you want to only see the data of males, right? So you can find under the data tab, there is extreme right filter is available. Suppose I'm clicking on this filter. Able to see filter, right? It is added
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
I'm defining here if, or suppose I'm writing gender is equals to male. Done? I want to see that gender should only show me the male data, or gender column should show only the male data. It is clear? May I press enter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now I am doing hiding that way you can see it is only highlighting the male, right? But if suppose again I'm going here and I'm using this I is, if this is, if you will click, this will hide. It will show you only the data of males. Is it is visible? I hope, right? I hope it is fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Able to do, everyone? Do I need to wait?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Fine. So this way, these are the small things which we can perform in this. Suppose I'm now deactivating this, right? Or I can cross this, that is removing the filter. I'm using this. So that way I'll able to see my complete data. Fine. Here it is okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'll tell you how to import the data from the external sources in Jamovi, right? So for that, you need to click on these 3 lines and then you need to click on the open. Then
Yes, ma'am.
now click on this browse. This will land you on an open dialog box. There in the location, you need to select the location of your data, right? And if suppose this is the file, because it is showing you data files, right? Up to you if you want to specify any particular extension that you can do. By default is data files. So I am selecting this is the CSV file in my sheet or in my box. Up to you at whatever location you are. So you, if you are having an Excel sheet, you please select the Excel sheet and click on the open button. Once you will click on open, it will show you your data. Visible, I hope. That way you can import your data, right? Fine, everyone.
Yes.
Now in the variable view, you can go, and if you're clicking on edit, you can see now name of the variable, the measurement type, the data type, and these are the labels, right? You will click on the next variable, it will show you the description of the next data or next variable, right? Likewise. And you can see all the done. It's not tough, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, one more thing, click on these 3 lines and click on the open. Apart from that, you can see if you want to take or if you want to use any of the data sets available in the Jamovi environment, you can click on the library. Once you will click on the library, you will be able to see these are the various data sets available in Jamovi. If you will click on any of the data set, right? Suppose I'm clicking on this clinical trial. This will open a data set clinical trial form. I hope it is visible. Everyone has found it, I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You can see it is showing you nothing is filtered. There is no filter, 0 filters. Total number of rows are 18. Filtered 0, deleted 0, added 0, and cell edited 0. That way it is showing you the extra information about your data. So that way you can use that. Apart from that, the last thing now I'll talk about, as I was talking previously, you can see exploration, t-test, ANOVA, regression, and frequencies. These are the by default options, right? Now, if you will click on this modules, because I told you there is a modular structure in Jamovi. If you will click on this plus sign, and then the dialog box is available. So suppose I'm selecting the Jamovi library. Now you can see there are n number of statistical techniques available. You need to only install whatever is your requirement, and that way it will be added to your ribbon of the main interface of Jamovi. Right? So there are multiple things, multiple what I can say softwares available. Sorry, not statistical tests are available according to your need. You can download or install that, and that will be added to your ribbon. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think this is about the interface of the Jamovi. So now the platform is open. If you are having any of the doubt regarding today's session, you can ask. From tomorrow, we'll start with working or performing the statistical analysis on the data sets. Yes. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So how you people have found the interface of Jamovi? It is okay?
Yes, ma'am. It is looking easier than SPSS, I guess.
Yes. What about the remaining? Yes, Suruchi ma'am.
It is good, ma'am. But only the thing is that where I was stuck is coding.
It's not a tough coding, Suruchi ma'am. Coding is very easy. If you are performing functions in Excel, that way it is easier for you.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Yes, Vivek sir. I think he was about to say something.
It's good, ma'am. It's similar to what we do in SPSS and Excel. It's a combination of both of them.
Very correct. And I think today we have not explored any of the things regarding how to perform statistical analysis using Jamovi. But from tomorrow, once we will do that, I think you will find it is very easier to work with Jamovi in comparison to the SPSS or Excel also. Monica ma'am, do you want to say something? I think you have raised your hand. Okay. Yes, sir. I think you was saying something, Vivek sir. Is it fine? Anything? You want to add something?
It's okay, ma'am. When we'll explore it, we'll learn more about it.
Yes, fine. Okay, so if no more questions, we can wind up the session for the day. Tomorrow, I need to go to one of the industrial area to take training in Excel. So probably tomorrow I'll get a little late by around 15-20 minutes. It will be fine if we can start a session little late tomorrow by
Yes,
15-20 minutes.
of course, ma'am.
I'll communicate the timings once I will get free from there, because it will take around 1 hour to commute me from there to my place. So I'll communicate the exact time to the Yograj sir. He'll put around 6:20, 6:30 we'll start the session tomorrow. Fine, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Perfectly fine.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you
So I
so
think-
much, ma'am, for today's session. And I'm 100% sure that in upcoming 6 days, it will be a really fantastic experience for all the participants to having with you. They'll explore many more new things about Jamovi and other topics also. So thank you so much, ma'am, for today's session. And thanks to all your participants also for being cooperative and patient listener. Have a good day to you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nikita ma'am.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye. Thank you. So Nikita ma'am, shall I leave? Thank you, Yogra sir. Thank you, everyone.